Also, that goes into sacred geometry to a certain extent, the different angles. You know what I mean? That's already positioned by whether you want to call it the Most High, the Creator, whatever you want to call it. That already positioned these so-called stars or these angels of light, right?
Yeah.
I think it's very powerful. It goes back into what I was telling you guys in another video I did on the channel. I was telling you guys to take the crop circles and put them under your pillow. And I got some good feedback from there. Some people told me some great things that happened.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. Those angles that you're putting onto your subconscious is picking that up. So you can even, if you want to travel to Sirius, take the Sirius constellation, print it out, put it under your pillow. I mean, that's another way. Once you go to sleep, the subconscious mind will naturally pick it up. You can even stare at it for 5 minutes before bed, sticking on your pillow. You know what I mean? But also, yes, I think even if you play that out on the altar, you know what I mean? You're dealing with some of the deities, some of these Egyptian deities or some of the other deities, right? You can definitely use those star constellations for that. I think that's a powerful, great idea, man. Absolutely.
One of the things you also discussed that I was just talking about Dr. B and Billy Carson about was the power of emotions. And I think one of the hardest things when it comes to magic, whether the people want to admit it to a lot, I think a lot of people are lying, is the ability to tap into the emotion of what you want before it happens. So if I desire a woman, it's hard for a person to tap into that emotion of having that woman. We could do the intellectual, we could write about it, we could pray to all these deities, but to actually tap into that emotion as if we already have what we wanted, I think that's what most of us struggle with the most, and that's what makes the most powerful magicians or shamans. So you talked about that. Could you elaborate on that?
Absolutely, and that goes into what I was talking about in the video about theater, how important that is. And talking about the actors like Denzel Washington, who's playing a movie role so good he can cry in a movie. He can invoke his emotion to make you feel it. You know what I'm saying? He can invoke it to make the movie that much better. So emotion is the most. Anybody who follow my Patreon, they know I'm always talking about controlling your emotions and learning how to tap into your emotions in order to get the job done in the ritual, because that's going to give the extra power you need to the ritual. I'll talk about charging your items. So if you're going to use certain items for your ritual, you're going to charge it with certain energy. If you know how to use your chi energy, shout out to Montauk Chia, or you can actually use your emotion, put your joy into the cup or the chalice or whatever you're using to, or put love into it, put gratitude into it. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to put, a high vibration, and then do the ritual and watch the ritual work a lot faster for you and a lot better for you. So emotion is super important when you're performing a ritual. And I think that's why a lot of people, rituals don't work. They don't, even when you're dealing with something as your ancestors, you're burning ancestor money. And really invoke your emotion, tell your ancestors how much you miss them. Even if you don't know them. Black people in Chicago stepping in the name of love and all that. They stepping, you know what I'm saying? So we naturally have this thing in our DNA where we naturally do certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very powerful, man. Very powerful.
I just had Rod Hayes on the last show, and he was talking about the spiritual power of the college steppers, the fraternities, and how powerful that is.
Yes.
So our dancing has always,
that's powerful, man. So and they're stepping like that for a reason. You know what I mean? They're stepping, they're invoking energy. That's a fact.
I think Bobby one time talked about, it's Bobby's birthday. I think he even talked about the tap dancing and how powerful that was. We look at them as they shucking and jiving, but they was tapping into some shit, hitting that, that sound, that frequency.
Right. Dancing period. Dancing period. You know what I'm saying? Is super, super powerful. Because one thing it does is raise the Kundalini energy, that cosmic frequency. You know what I mean? And you can use that. You could use dancing to do whatever you need if you know how to do it. Look what Michael Jackson did with the moonwalk. You know what I'm saying? He started sliding backwards and blew people's mind. You know what I mean? Took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah. So talk to us about, getting, like, say you're doing a ritual and you get dressed up. The power of maybe putting on a mask or putting on some jewelry or putting on cologne or whatever that heightens your emotions, all of this stuff. Because I think some people don't want, like my lady knows at nighttime when I go in to do my meditation, she'll see me. You would think I'm about to go outside the way I go in. I got to put on my jewelry. I got to do this. I got to do that. Whatever makes me feel good at that time, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? So you would think I'm getting ready to go to the club, but I'm like, no, I'm just going to tap in right now. I use that mindset of that people use going to the club. I have that same mindset when I'm going to my meditation because that's as important to me. So talk to me about getting up, putting on your best, feeling good, smelling good, looking good,
very
all of
powerful,
that.
man. It's very powerful. Even if you want to perform something like a wealth ritual, you should put on your best, most expensive clothes that you have. You really should put on a suit and tie, because that's just how the wealthy present themselves in this world. You know what I'm saying? The richer people get, the more plain and basic they dress. You know what I'm saying? You see the pictures of Jay-Z, he had all the gold when he was like real young, and then when he was old, he don't got nothing on. You know what I'm saying? Because the money started. You know what I'm saying? So but in this world here, the wealthy usually present themselves with a suit and tie. So I would say even though the woman will have a very beautiful dress on, elegant dress. You should dress like that before you even perform a wealth ritual. You know what I mean? And that all that comes into the play of, once again, theater and evoking the energy and evoking that energy. Even in high magic circles, when you're performing high magic, you're supposed to have your own robe. So you're supposed to have a robe that empowers you. So a lot of magicians will wear a robe that has been blessed and all is sanctified and all these different things, and they will put it on before they perform any ritual. You know what I mean? So yes, dress and ritual is extremely powerful.